Tried to talk to him off the porch. He seemed to get aggressive towards them, and they looked like they stunned him. You could hear the sound of the stun gun.
Neighbors and witnesses are still reeling after a man dies while being taken into police custody. Good evening, I'm Mallory Maddox.
And I'm Joe Chiodo. Happening locally live at 5, we continue to follow local breaking news that we first brought you last night on 10 at 10.
Bellevue Police have identified the man who died during the incident. He is 31-year-old Alex Zuha. Officers were called to a neighborhood at 22nd and Van Buren, this for a disturbance.
We also are learning which officers were involved. You can see their pictures here. They are officers Allison Evans, Holly McQuaid, Ashley Myers, and Anthony Orsi. Reporter Chase Moffitt just spoke with Bellevue Police, and he continues our coverage tonight live. Chase?
Joe and Mallory, we're live here at the intersection where everything unfolded last night. Bellevue Police saying today the original call was for a disturbance. Zuha in the area being aggressive towards some of the neighbors. This the house, in fact, that he had caused some of that disturbance. Now, we learned a couple of things today confirmed by Bellevue Police. First, they did in fact use a taser on Zuha, and second, this coming after they learned that he assaulted his own grandmother.
Yelling at the top of his lungs at somebody on the phone and making several comments about his grandmother and religious quotes, the devil.
It's a quiet scene on the corner of 22nd Avenue and Van Buren Thursday afternoon, a stark contrast to the chaos unfolding here just hours prior, neighbors tell us.
So I called my husband to the room with me, and he couldn't hear it anymore because the guy must have gone further away. But it was really loud, and he was just screaming profanity.
I just heard yelling and screaming and came out to see.
When Rich Chandler came out of his home, he made contact with the man yelling in the street. Chandler says things looked bad from the get-go after being cussed at himself.
I could tell that there wasn't going to be any reasoning right away and went into the house and just got the phone and called 911.
That's when Bellevue Police descended on the neighborhood Wednesday night about 9:30. Investigators say 31-year-old Alex Zuha was acting violently and aggressively toward other neighbors as well.
The gentleman went up on the porch and opened the screen door and ripped it off, and then proceeded to pound on the front door like trying to get in.
You can see the broken glass here by the steps. Take a look at the door. The front part of that screen door ripped out up above. It's almost ripped out of its hinges. This neighbor tells me he believes the man was tased at least twice.
It seemed like he was affected some, but he still started coming down the steps. As they backed up, he came down. It looked like he went after one of the officers to me.
According to Bellevue Police, Zuha was tased at least once, but when the 4 officers on scene went to take him into custody, he became unresponsive.
For a while you could hear him scream, but then it was quiet, and then right when the rescue squad got there, you could see him doing CPR on him.
Zuha passed away on the way to the hospital. Those 4 officers have been put on paid administrative leave. The neighborhood now calm a day later. Now back here live here at the neighborhood, those 4 officers have been put on paid administrative leave. They were not injured in the incident, according to Bellevue Police. Now, one of the questions to be answered as this case moves to a grand jury, pending a grand jury investigation, is whether or not Zuha was under the influence of any drugs or alcohol.
All right, thank you. That's Chase Moffitt reporting live. And in addition to the police department's internal investigation, the Sarpy County Attorney's Office will look into what happened.
And as Chase just mentioned, this is required by state law. A grand jury will be called in to investigate the entire thing.
And